Hi there! Welcome back to my channel. It's been a while since I last was here, but I'm back and I'm gonna continue my learning journey.
Welcome to my English fluency path.
And this is another vocabulary video. Traditionally, I'm gonna go over some interesting and useful vocabulary that I used in my previous one. Just so you know, I'm not gonna share any super secret information here that may blow your hair back or just shake you up. No, it's gonna be a typical vocabulary review, but those words and phrases might be a little bit more interesting and useful, at least for me. You might not find them all that interesting and useful because they might be quite ordinary and often used for you, but I believe that it's not gonna be a problem because repetition is never superfluous, as I love to say, and it's another great opportunity for me to intentionally pay attention to this vocabulary in order to turn it into my active one, and I don't feel like missing this great opportunity. Hope you understand. So let's get started. And as a starter, let's take a word to track. I use this word as a verb. It has a lot of different meanings, both as a verb and as a noun. And I use this word in exactly this sense, to record the progress or development of something over a period. The example is my channel. This is where I learn English, track my improvement, and get closer to my English fluency. The next one is the word throughout. Throughout means in every part or during the whole period of time. The example is, throughout my whole journey, I didn't care much about my pronunciation. One more word is obviously. Obviously means in a way that can be easily seen, recognized, or understood. And the example is, obviously, during my whole learning journey, I had to be taught pronunciation as well. Question. We are all familiar with this word. It seems to be obvious and there's nothing to discuss. But what was new for me, it was the meaning of this word as a verb in precisely this context, to question, to express doubts about value or truth of something. As I said, I used to take teachers' words as an information that was 100% correct, and I would never question it. It means I would never doubt the authenticity and truthfulness of this information. And now, looking back at it, I had no clue about the variety of English accents at all. And now let's take a closer look at two more pieces of vocabulary. Not have a clue or have no clue. It's an idiom which means to be completely unable to understand, guess, or deal with something. And another interesting word from this sentence is variety. Variety means many different types of similar things or people. In my case, it was a variety of English accents. The next word is the word gazillion. It took me a gazillion time before I understood and realized what pronunciation and accent were. Gazillion means a very large but not exact number. To say the least. My pronunciation was not very good, to say the least. To say the least is an idiom used to show that what you are describing, in fact, is much more serious or important than you have suggested. Another example. It's gonna be awkward, to say the least. Consciously. Consciously means in a way that involves noticing that a particular thing exists or is present. Another phrase, free will, is the ability to decide what to do independently out of any outside influence. So exactly at that time, I started learning English consciously and of my own free will. It wasn't super easy, but I was strongly determined to do it. To be determined means to want to do something very much and not allow anyone or any difficulties to stop you. One more interesting word waiting to be noticed is the word implement. To implement means to start using a plan or system. One more verb is to relearn. To relearn means to learn something again, to learn how to do something again. And the example is, it was a bit challenging for me, not only because I had to learn and implement a lot of new things, but also because I had to relearn a bunch of stuff. A very common and useful phrase, bet you know it, is the phrase to get rid of something, which means to remove something that you don't want anymore. It was just a friendly reminder for you to use it more often. The next word is pattern. That means the repeated design. Pay a bit closer attention to its pronunciation, the flap T and R sound. Pattern. The example is to forget and get rid of old patterns that have been formed over years. It was even more challenging for me than learning something new. Guys, do you agree with me that learning a language is a lifetime journey? I think it definitely is, by all means. So, as you understand, lifetime is a duration of a person's life. It's a great word to add to your active vocabulary. And one more question for you. Do you often do things intuitively? Intuitively means in a way that is based on feelings rather than facts or proofs. I guess you know it. My example is, everything I was doing intuitively. I meant working on my pronunciation. I can see and I can feel a tremendous result when it refers to my pronunciation. That is what I told you in my previous video. When information refers to something or someone, it means it relates to that person or thing. You know, in turn means not only in order, one after another, like they spoke in turn, but also it is an idiom, which means because of that. For example, I was able to gain my pronunciation confidence, which in turn increased my inner confidence when I speak English as well. The next one is the word confirmation. Confirmation, it is a statement or proof that something is true. As I told you, I found a confirmation and explanation for all my intuitive actions. To convey. To convey is a verb which means to express a thought, idea, or feeling so that is understood by other people. For example, this is the message I wanted to convey to you today. And the last, but certainly not least, to take something into consideration. To take something into consideration means to think carefully about a particular fact when deciding or judging something. So take all of this into consideration if you are also an English learner. Thank you so much for watching this video up to the very end. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and smash the like button. Have a nice one and I'll see you soon. Bye!